test to see if she has some functional hallucis limitus is that you want to load up that first metatarsal. When she's walking, that foot is against the ground, right? And that first metatarsal is loaded. We should have at least, I think the number is like 60 or 75. If somebody's on Google, they can check. Or dorsiflexion of the toe. When it's loaded, right, we still want to be able to get 30 degrees, okay? We are hard pressed to get 30 degrees in this little chica, right? And so that means that, yeah, her toe moves, but when it's loaded and she's walking, she's not getting great dorsiflexion. And you probably have had some pinch callus stuff. Do you tend to callus right here?
Under the second and third manifest, somewhere in the middle there, and right there.
You have a little bit right here.
Right there.
You have a little bit right here too. But like none at all. I think right here where we're supposed to have it. And then we're gonna just actually write it through here. And if anybody wants to feel this too, like you can just feel like that whole medial slip right there. And if we find that little navicular bone and go right underneath him, we also kind of want to go in there and just wiggle it back and forth and see how much motion we have there. He's got a big knot right underneath him that's really, really tight. And then if we go down around that medial calcaneal tuberosity, obviously she has a little bit of tenderness there. What about straight down on the heel? And what about around the back here? And what about when we get on that retrocalcaneal bursa right in here? That's okay. And then you can squeeze up on the Achilles, make sure that's okay. We can bend that knee just like 20, 30 degrees, and we can see what our dorsiflexion looks like. That looks great right there. We're getting about our 30 degrees at knee. And right here, we should get about 20 degrees. She's got great dorsiflexion. I don't think that's an issue of hers. Her issue is probably more kind of resultant of this thing. We also need to check for talar drop and pronation, because those are two of the other kind of instigators of this whole kind of issue too. So you can, if you would, just slide to the front, kick your booty here, but put your feet flat on the floor. Do you guys ever use I like those little foot levelers, navicular drop little sheets? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Sometimes I usually don't have them handy, but a lot of times we'll just use a Post-it notepad that I have by my treatment things. And so what you do, I think I broke my pen after I stabbed my bottle the other day. So we're just going to make a little mark right on the talus, or right on the navicular on either side. Good. And feet just neutral, no weight on your feet, just kind of keep them where they are. And we're just going to kind of make a little mark right by each of those little marks. And now you're going to stand up for us. And we're going to mark again and see if she's dropped much, right? On this side, she's maybe like 2 or 3 millimeters. That side, maybe more like 8 or so. Usually, if you keep it within like 10 millimeters, you're okay. We want to see a little bit of drop. I don't think yours is that abnormal. So from a talar drop standpoint, I'm not going to be all that concerned. If you see a lot of talar drop, you definitely want to go next to the posterior tibialis, because that sucker is kind of like the little sling that holds that navicular up, and see what's going on with that posterior tibialis. I also want you to stay standing for a second. So now she's loaded again here, and when she kind of loads that whole foot, kind of want weight over your first met, weight over the first met. And then when I try to pick up that toe, we can see that she's letting me lift up. She's not staying loaded. You've got to stay loaded. We're not going to have nearly as much dorsiflexion as we need to have right there. But one of the things that I do see right away is that she doesn't have a lot of navicular drop, but she does have a lot of pronation. Do you guys know how to find talar neutral position? Are you familiar with that concept? So I do this on all of my patients to just, again, help you feel what you need to feel to know why this is real to your body, okay? And so we want the shin bone, right, the tibia, to sit nicely over the top of the talus in order for this little foot mechanics to kind of work well. African American people and Asians are typically going to have flatter feet than Caucasian people. It's just sort of like the way God made us for whatever reason. And so something to keep in mind too, if you work with a lot of one population or the other, you're going to see a lot more flat feet in certain groups. And it doesn't mean that they all necessarily need orthotics, so that they're all overpronating, but it is a good thing just to kind of be aware of when you see it. It doesn't necessarily mean all hell's breaking loose and everybody in the world needs, in China needs orthotics. It just might mean that that's kind of the way their foot is. But you do want to make sure that it is moving properly as well. And so the way we find talar neutral position is we're going to take these two little fingers and we're going to get it right in the talar groove. And we want both of those little like fingers to go in equal depth, okay? She's a lot worse actually on this side than on this side. But if we kind of put her where she's like normal, that is normal for her. That's where this little thumb and this little finger go in equal depth. Okay, hold that for me. And then on this side, bring your legs in just a little bit closer together so they're right underneath your hips.
Do you always do that weight bearing? Or can
Yes. You'll get the effect a whole lot better weight bearing. And then I cast in this position, but that's non-weight bearing.
like she could do it seated? Like
Yep,
she
and I
was?
get it in the position that it needs to be in, and then I just hold on to that and I push her leg straight down. But in this position here, her talus feels so much different than when you are left to your own kind of let it fall back down again. Okay. And so did you feel what happened when it came down? Did you feel how that knee rotated and your hips rotated in? Why doesn't everybody just kind of go around real quick or find a partner and kind of feel what talar neutral